Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey Wasatch! I'm Stella Wharton, your president.
And I'm Parisa, your assembly's officer.
There will be no trading post today.
And there will be karaoke at lunch today, so be ready to sing.
Next week will be our Super Bowl of Caring.
Remember to bring your money because it's going to a good cause. And now it's time for College of the Month.
The first time I remember kind of being interested in space was when I was 7 years old and my dad bought me a telescope. And then one night we got a glimpse of Saturn's rings just for a few seconds. And I remember it feeling almost like the moment that Galileo must have felt. And over the course of years, I still had that interest, that fascination. What UCLA has done is allowed me to take my love for medicine and my love for science and put them together. It's been a dream come true. I'm Dr. Haigain Tablian. I'm an emergency physician here at UCLA and the inaugural Space Medicine Fellow. There are very few fields where you can say that there's a new frontier, and this is one of them. You know, we're subjecting humans to things that they've never been subjected to before. So space medicine is essentially taking the medical field and adapting it for long duration space travel. We're not designed for space. You know, we're designed for this 1G environment with a nice atmosphere, with breathable oxygen, not in a vacuum. We have all these things here that we've evolved to be able to do. As soon as you put a human out in space or, you know, a microgravity environment, you start to see a whole host of physiological effects. Our goal with space medicine is to make sure that these missions that happen, that take us to the moon and to Mars, lead to as little human harm as possible. My UCLA Emergency Medicine Residency Program is probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Our fellowship is the first emergency medicine-based space medicine fellowship with the goal of, you know, creating not only doctors in mission control, but also doctors that potentially go up to space. UCLA has kind of opened so many doors, not only just with rotations that we do for this fellowship, but also with the entire health system. UCLA has a pretty robust helicopter transport team, and our goal with this helicopter transport team is to take patients that are super sick at another hospital where they don't have the resources to take care of them and transfer them safely to our hospital even when they're critically ill. And my job is to make sure that they survive that flight so that our experts can take care of them here. And I know just how stressful, you know, things are. I know how many hours we train, how much hardship we see, how much death even we see. And you're still expected to function during those difficult moments. I had a moment where there was a 101-year-old lady that came to the emergency department not doing very well. I quickly got in touch with the patient's son, and he was fairly far away. He said if you could do anything to keep her alive so I could say my goodbye. And as soon as he came in, she passed away 2 minutes later. And so it's moments like these where you really realize that you have a huge impact on people's lives. UCLA has been a hallmark, especially as a public institution, in making sure that LA is better taken care of. I know how difficult it is to become a physician, but being where I am now, I think I really am living the dream, and I'm so thankful for it.
And now it's time for Free Joke Friday.
Welcome to Free Joke Friday.
Yup. What did the policeman say to his belly button? You're under a vest.
Why did the cookie go to the hospital?
Why?
Because he felt crummy.
Okay, bye.
Hello Warriors, today is the last day of our week of connection. We hope you wore lots of red.
Our theme today is Come Up for Air. We will be talking about smart screen usage, the need to consume positive material, and the value of coming up for air.
Did you know there is a direct correlation within a person connection and positive emotional and mental health? The opposite is also true. The more time we spend scrolling through feeds, binge watching a show, or gaming, the more negative the impact on our emotional and mental health.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no more than 2 hours of screen time per day for teens. But guess how much the average teen spends on their phone each day? More than 7 hours.
So we have 3 tips for you. First, be aware of how your screens are making you feel. So much of the material pushed on us through our phones and screens is negative. 73% of teens who are on social media multiple times a day feel lonely. If we are using screens to run away from our negative feelings, we will only feel more isolated and disconnected.
Therapists who work with teens have discovered that if parents take away social media or phones altogether, their kids feel even more left out and excluded. Kids do okay being on social media for about 15 minutes a day, but after 15 minutes, most teens begin to feel worse about themselves.
This is because of something sociologists call compare snare. The compare snare. Social media is basically a highlight reel. It makes everybody's lives look shiny and neat, glossy and cool. I know sometimes I feel left out when I see others hanging out.
It's all about perspective. If your advisory teacher gave you a $20 bill, you'd be pretty stoked, right? But what if you went out of the room and while you were gone, you found out everyone else in the room got a $50 bill? Then how would you feel? Just like that, your $20 bill doesn't seem so great.
So tip number 2 is don't compare, and be mindful of how others might feel when they see your posts. Never send anything via text or email that you wouldn't be comfortable having your parents or principal see.
Tip number 3, come up for air. If your screens are making you feel more negative than positive, take a break. Look up. Phones steal our attention away from others.
Think of the conversations you could have with people around you if you were on your phone. Put your device down and literally take a deep breath. Then fill the time you would have spent on a screen connecting with someone or something.
Hang out with a friend. Get outside and get some fresh air. Shoot some hoops. Exercise.
Connect with nature. Look around and observe nature. Do some service. Do something kind for someone else.
Sometimes when I've spent too much time on a device, I feel cranky. Every time we connect in person rather than on a device, we get a boost to our emotional and mental well-being. So here are our 3 screen tips.
Be aware. Don't compare. Come up for air. Today's invitation is to join our weekend screen challenge. Choose to come off social media for the weekend or go without gaming, Netflix, or YouTube. You choose.
Choose what you will fill your time with instead. Spend your time doing positive activities. Hang out with friends, be active, get outside, explore nature. Then pay attention to how you feel.
Sign your card in second period class. Then take it home and talk to your parents about your screen challenge. If you complete it,
no cheating, you gotta be totally honest.
Then your parents sign your commitment card and bring it back Monday for a card for a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Big thanks to Chick-fil-A for sponsoring our Come Up for Air Day.
Also, join us at lunch where there will be prizes for those who wore the most red.
We'll also be singing karaoke.
We hope you've enjoyed Red Ribbon Week.
I'm Vivian.
And I'm Nora. Remember, we are stronger together.
Empathy is a superpower.
You have an amazing brain.
No one is an island. And
come up for air.
Thanks for being here. Have a freezing Friday, Wasatch.